everyone. So today's going to be a bit of a rant video, I hope you don't mind, but this is something that I've been noticing quite a bit over time in the goth subculture, and I just wanted to talk about it and get my own opinion out there on it. It's probably already been talked about 1,000 times before, but it's going to be again. So this is about other goth people who have this attitude about having to be all out 100% completely goth and not being allowed to like anything else or have any other interests or any other music tastes especially. And if you listen to this band, you're a poser or you're a baby bat, you're not a real goth. It's pretty much if you don't fit their little perfect mold and standards, because they're clearly the kings and queens of goth, then you're not a real goth. Sorry. Yep, doesn't matter if you like all those great bands or if you have all those lovely dark gothy interests. Nope, you don't fit this one bit of criteria, you're not a real goth. Sorry. Well, I have something to tell you. If you honestly think that anything in the world should work like that, that's probably not very healthy and it's not very good for you. Honestly, I think if everyone who was a goth or any other kind of subcultural thing or whatever they identify as was completely that one label and that was just everything that defined them, it would be extremely boring and would be extremely unhealthy, like I said before. Yeah, I think it's really quite impossible to be just that one thing, and I don't know why you'd want to be just that one thing, and I don't know why that one thing should suddenly be invalid because you suddenly like another thing. It's like saying, well, I'm interested in mycology and fungi, but I'm also interested in bats. But then clearly, because I'm also interested in bats, I don't really like fungi and mycology. I'm not really interested in it because I like bats. So, I mean, you know, I can only like one, right? I can't be interested in both. So, obviously, I'm not a real fungi enthusiast. Doesn't make much sense, does it? I wouldn't think so. And if you think it does, then I really think you need to reevaluate your ideals. And you know what else? I'm not just a goth, and I don't think anyone who is a goth is just a goth. I use the term to pretty much just describe a vast group of my major interests, but that's not all that I'm interested in. I mean, I love the subculture a lot. I love everything about it. I love the music and I love the fashion and everything. I love it. But I love a lot of other things as well, and I'm not just goth. I mean, I'm a student, I'm gender fluid, I'm an oddities collector, I'm an artist, I'm so many other things other than goth, and that doesn't mean that I like it any less or I'm any less of a goth. It doesn't work like that. It just means that I'm not going to let that label define my entire being. That's actually okay. It's okay to like other things, and it's actually okay to like other music, even if people think that it makes you a poser, it's cliche. You know what? I like Motionless in White, and I like Marilyn Manson, and I like Slipknot and Korn. And those are like the top bands that people think that, well, if you listen to them, then you're a poser, you're not a real goth, you don't know what goth music is. Just because I listen to a band that has a gothy appearance or a particular sound to it, it doesn't mean that I immediately think that they're goth. And I'm sorry, I know my music genres. I love The Cure, hello, The Cure. I love Susie and the Banshees and London After Midnight and Specimen and Sisters of Mercy. I mean, I love them, but you know what? I listen to Pierce the Veil. Yeah. And I listen to Porcupine Tree, which is playing right now. I mean, and I listen to Placebo. I know they're not goth, but I still like them. I don't care. I'm not going to listen to all goth music, and I'm not going to do all goth things just to get more goth points and my gothy tick of approval. No, I don't care. And you know what? No matter how many non-gothy things I like, that is never going to invalidate my gothy self. Just like me liking bats is not going to invalidate me liking mushrooms, because it doesn't work like that. And if anyone thinks it is, then I really think they need to take a look in the mirror and realise that they cannot be completely goth. So all in all, I guess I'm just saying, I know that I don't have to prove myself to anyone, and you most certainly don't either. No matter what people think, you know who you are better than anyone else. So that's really all that matters, because at the end of the day, it's just you that you have to live with, no one else. If you're sure of who you are and what you like, what anyone else thinks doesn't really matter. It might feel like it does, but it doesn't really. Anyway, that's my little rant. Hopefully that made some kind of sense. Usually when I start ranting, I just kind of ramble and then I go a little bit off trail and I talk about all these little things that don't really matter. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you, I don't know, maybe got something out of this. If you have your own opinion on this, let me know. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.